What's up, guys? It's Blackwing here. Currently, figured I'd do another casual stream since. Where is that sound coming from? Is that sound coming from a computer? Yes, it was. That was weird. I don't know where that sound came from, but I don't know why my laptop was doing that. This is why I need a new. This is why I need a new laptop. Let me just rearrange things a bit. Anywho, thank you guys for being here. Nerdy John .202. Thank you for being here. Of course, I'm currently live on YouTube and as well as Facebook. And also forgive me for staring down so much. I'm just currently promoting the stream on my other social medias. The party. Come join the party. Come join the party. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay, that is done. Whew. Gotta stay refreshed. Anywho, what's up, Zilla Punk? What's up, Ruben? Of course, you guys. Why do I feel like I haven't done this in a while? Jesus Christ. Anywho, thank you guys so much for being here. I was supposed to record a retro throwback. I'm like, I'm slipping on my stuff already. Yeah, I was supposed to record a retro throwback yesterday, which was supposed for today, but I didn't do it yesterday, so because I just got, I don't know, after doing that whole Power Rangers marathon thing, I just felt like I needed a break. I really needed a break. And as much as I enjoy doing content for you guys, trust me, I feel like doing those reviews kind of helped the channel in a good way, but it kind of just like drained me a lot because half of it felt like work and half of it was fun because I got to do, rewatch so many seasons and everything just for the fun of it, just to share with you guys what I thought about it, give some in-depth review on each season of Power Rangers. And it was fun. Half of it was fun. Of course, the other half, especially when I'm watching seasons that I really don't like, it felt like work. Like for Samurai, it felt like work. Megaforce felt like work. Ninja Steel felt like work. MMPR, as much, it's not the best season. It's overrated. I know. Look, it depends on who you ask. If you grew up with pretty much 9 out of 10, everyone in the Power Rangers community grew up on MMPR. And having to actually sit through all of MMPR from beginning all the way to the end of it, I could see what, it's cool. It's really cool, but it's just the first season is straight up filler. Really filler. And the only key story element in that first season is Day of the Dumpster, a few episodes where they get, their weapons and everything, Green with Evil, Green Candle, Doomsday, and Return of an Old Friend. That's it. That's it with season 1. Season 2, it felt good, and then once Tommy came back as the White Ranger, I couldn't bear to watch it anymore. I really couldn't bear to watch it anymore. The Return of the Green Ranger episode, of course, was really great. The wedding with Rita and Zed, it was kind of crazy. But it's just, okay, first of all, it's It crazy how Rita and Zed pretty much, well, Rita kind of locks the Rangers in a mansion fighting past monsters while Rita and Zed get married. I'm like, that's what pretty much they're doing this whole entire time? Come on. And so season 3 is pretty much the best part of MMPR because despite the many multi-parters season 3 has, especially with season 2, but despite the multi-parters that season 3 had, as far as story-wise goes, it's good. It's really, really good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the first season is pretty mid, but it's watchable. Yes, it's watchable mid. It's very watchable mid. Like if I would just, I could just sit down and just watch a one-off episode. And like, yeah, I enjoyed it. It's cool. I like it. I like it. I'm 23. I wasn't allowed to grow up on the MMPR. My era is the Disney era. I mean, same. My era was the Disney era, and pretty much the back half of the OG Zordon era. But again, I still enjoyed Power Rangers for what it was. Going through the entire franchise, it was fun, and it was really great. And of course, during this whole pandemic time, I was also watching the original MMPR movie because the movie turned 25 this year, which was good. And people say that movie doesn't hold up. If anything, I can say that movie is way better than the Turbo movie. It is way better than its Turbo movie. That's fair. You went through nearly 30 years of TV. Yes, nearly 30 years of TV. And after I'm doing, guys, I appreciate you guys watching all those reviews and everything. Just know, I'm never doing that again. All right? Never, ever doing that marathon again. I love binge watching things, but never doing that again. I grew up on Time Force Onward. That's kind of where the era I did start out with, because I started like around when Time Force was ending, and pretty much when Wild Force was beginning. So pretty much the late 2001, late 2001, early 2002. That's where I got into Power Rangers, and I enjoyed it. It was a blast. You know whatever happened to? Of course, I know whatever happened to Robot Jones. I grew up on that show. That show was classic. I actually liked when they had the computer voice for Robot Jones and not the actual, human voice for Robot Jones, because the computer voice really legit made him sound robotic. It really felt, really cool to just hear a robotic voice for Robot Jones. And I think one of the episodes, I think it was the first episode. Yeah, it was the first episode. When he didn't want to go to school and his father was like going to school. It was a funny show. Not a lot of people talk about it or even remember that show, to be honest, because it was on, but again, it's just one of those shows that people rarely talked about. Turbo movie is dope, has the best music. You're not wrong. Unite, that's a great theme. The Turbo theme is a bop for sure. The Turbo theme is a bop. Yeah. Yeah, next time up your game and watch Gundam more than 40 years. I am not watching all the Gundam TV series, all right? As much as I love giant robots and Gundam, I am not watching every single series and TV show of that franchise. Hell no. No. Not doing that. I have my limits, okay? I have my limits. And that each episode, I think each show of that franchise has like what? 48 to 50 episodes. So nah. Pass. Hard pass. And plus, I'm gonna be honest though, I do want to watch the original Mobile Suit Gundam, but despite how outdated the animation is, but it still looks good to watch because it's a classic. But to each their own. Unpopular opinion, I can't get into the Disney shows. The stock soundtrack they use in every season really takes me out of the mood. I understand. I understand. I miss, what's the word? Not intro. Oh, what's not intro music? What's the name of insert themes? There we go. I'm like, what's the word? Insert themes. I really do. Insert themes were so great. And then, of course, once they got to the post Zordon era, it was all orchestral music, which was nice. But I do miss insert themes. Insert themes were the greatest. Toku says, how are ya? Thank you for being here. Like, I could look at a season and say that's cool, but then trying to watch it is different. It's a different series. Yeah, I can see what you mean. But yeah, I'm never. I'll let you guys in on, I guess, on the next marathon I do plan on doing. Next year for 2021, I'm planning on watching every. Okay, I gotta be specific and elaborate on this. Next year, I'm pretty much gonna be watching all Walt Disney Animation Studio films, including Pixar films. And what I mean by that, no sequels, no direct-to-DVD sequels. Those are excluded from the watch. No live-action remakes. No live-action remakes, because I know only a few of those are good, but no live-action remakes. No live action Disney films, because I know Disney, made some live action films as well. They're also on the Disney Plus streaming service. But yeah, I'm not watching live action Disney films either. So sorry to all you Mary Poppins fans. Well, I don't know. I want to give a slide to Mary Poppins because I haven't watched it yet. I still have never have watched Mary Poppins yet. Maybe I'll put just that one. But I don't know. But yeah, mainly I'm strictly only watching animated and Walt Disney animated and Pixar films. Pixar sequels, of course, they'll be part of the marathon because they weren't direct to DVD like they actually did release in theaters. So what? But Cinderella 3 is legit the best Disney movie ever. I mean, as far as story wise, okay, it's funny that you say that because Cinderella 2 was basically like a clip show of stories, and Cinderella 3 actually had a legit story to it. You have a point there, but yeah, again, like I said, no direct to DVD sequels. If you do Mary Poppins, you have to do Song of the South. Sometimes I always forget about Song of the South because that's the one Disney film Disney really tries to forget that they made, and yet it still comes back to haunt them. If I do Mary Poppins, then I'm gonna have to. I should do Song of the South. I'll think on it. But then again, let me pull it up right now. Cause like, how long is Song of the South? See, that's the thing. Song of the South, that's a hybrid movie. It's a mixture of live action and animation. Wait a minute. Do they even have it here? Yo, if Disney Plus doesn't have Song of the South, that is crazy. Jokes about Lion King and Cinderella probably got the best sequels. True. That's true. That Jim Crow scene in Dumbo haunts. Yeah, I know the Jim Crow scene from Dumbo really does haunt them. It's man, it's just crazy how so many things go over your head when you're a child because that whole crow scene in Dumbo never. Of course, you wouldn't know about it. You wouldn't because that never came to your mind. And yeah, it's complicated. It's really complicated, guys. But I mean, the song. I mean, the song that they sing when I see an elephant fly, it was just catchy. But it's crazy because I did watch Dumbo a lot as a kid. Like, I think the one scene that always, what were some scenes that made me rewatch Dumbo? Oh, this is gonna be weird to say, but the drunk scene from Dumbo always made me rewatch it. I know people say that that part is like terrifying to look at, and just how adult that scene is, but I don't know. It's just I guess the way the animation is with with them with Timothy Mouse and Dumbo looking like they're hallucinating and seeing like actual purple elephants. It's weird, but interesting at the same time. Lion King 1.5 is weird. Can't figure out if it added or took away from it. Hey, Lion King 1.5 is great. All right, it was great. Trust me. That movie was actually one of the earlier Disney DVDs I owned as a kid, and I would always rewatch that movie over and over and over, just because of that. The first opening number, "Dig a Tunnel." I love that song. That song is great. They have Pinocchio smoking weed for crying. Yo, okay. Pinocchio is a Disney movie that I've watched, but I didn't own it. And of course, whenever I was just if it was ever on TV, I mean, Pinocchio was never a movie I pretty like gravitated towards too, because I don't know, I just wasn't really that much interested in Pinocchio. But when I found out that they had a scene with him smoking, and then that whole scene of a kid being turned into a donkey, Pinocchio was insane. I'm like, what were they thinking with this one? I think that was like their second, or I think that was Disney's second or third film. It was crazy. That booze was laced. No way, just liquor would make you see all that, all that pink elephants. Hey, I'm telling. Look, back then, people weren't questioning those things. They had free reigns to do whatever, and I literally mean do whatever. Nowadays, everything's more tame. Everything's everybody's keeping an eye on things. Be like, hey, let's not make that joke, or let's not put that in there, because remember, we're a family-oriented company. Let's not do that. All right. But it's just crazy how so many things Disney just straight up put into their movies. Disney was wild. Disney was wild back when they was racist. Yeah, they were. They were. They straight up were. Really were. Now we're in a time where you could say everybody is getting representation, which is good, because you gotta have representation for all people. He's a real boy to me. Damn it. Oh, Larry, you crack me up, bro. But yeah, it's gonna be okay. I feel like my Disney marathon is gonna be a lot easier because I'm just watching movies. I'm not like I'm just rewatching movies, and then that shouldn't really be much of a problem. But again, there's still a whole lot of fair share of Disney movies I have not watched to this day. Like, I haven't seen Fantasia, never watched it, Fantasia or Fantasia 2000. I haven't watched Oliver and Company. I haven't watched 101 Dalmatians. I haven't watched the Great Mouse Detective, The Rescuers. There's a whole slew of Disney movies I have not watched. Let me see. Walt Disney animation studio films. You got to make sure that you put Walt Disney Animated Studios, because when you put Disney films in Google, you're going to get a whole wide variety of what they have. Okay, so just looking at this list: Snow White, seen it. Pinocchio, seen it. Fantasia, did not see it. Dumbo, seen it. Bambi, seen it. Ooh, Bambi. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Bambi is gonna hurt a lot. I heard Fantasia 2000 was pretty bad. Really? I mean, I'm again. I haven't watched it. I know it's just shorts with orchestral music. That's pretty much what Fantasia and Fantasia 2000 is. So I'm looking forward to checking it out. Saludos Amigos. I haven't seen that one. The Three Caballeros. I know about that. Haven't watched it. Make Mine Music. Never heard of that one. Fun and Fancy Free. Never heard of that. Melody Time. I've heard about that, but never seen it. The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Heard of it. Never seen it. Cinderella. Seen it. Alice in Wonderland. Seen it. Peter Pan. Not exactly. I haven't really seen Peter Pan. I saw the sequel, Return to Neverland, like, of course, many times. Lady and the Tramp, seen it. Sleeping Beauty, seen it dozens of times. 101 Dalmatians, seen it. Sword in the Stone, did not see it. Jungle Book, seen it. Aristocats, seen it. Loved it. That's one of my favorites. Robin Hood, haven't seen it. Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, seen it. Rescuers, haven't seen it. Fox and the Hound, seen it. The Black Cauldron, not really. And I know that that movie really, really hurt Disney a lot. The Great Mouse Detective, did not see it. Oliver and Company, did not see it. Little Mermaid, seen it. Rescuers Down Under, did not see it. Beauty and the Beast, seen it. Aladdin, seen it. Okay, pretty much anything. All right, pretty much all the movies from like the Renaissance era to like present, I've pretty much seen. I mean, let me just scroll through the ones if I. Oh wait, except Hunchback. I have not watched Hunchback of Notre Dame yet. Hercules, seen it. Mulan, of course. Tarzan, of course. Dinosaur. I wasn't really interested in that movie, but of course I know I'm gonna have to watch it. Emperor's New Groove, loved it. Atlantis. I did not watch Atlantis actually. Lilo and Stitch, saw that in theaters. Treasure Planet, seen it. Brother Bear, seen it. A lot of people don't remember Brother Bear, which is crazy. Anybody remember Brother Bear? Because I do, but nobody ever talks about it. Home on the Range, seen it. I thought it was funny, but people don't like Home on the Range for some reason. I thought it was good. Chicken Little was funny. Meet the Robinsons, seen it. Bolt, seen it. Princess of the Frog, seen it. Tangled. The 2011 Winnie the Pooh movie, I did not see. Wreck-It Ralph, seen it. Frozen, seen it. Big Hero 6, seen it. Zootopia, seen it. Moana, Ralph Breaks the Internet. Frozen 2. I haven't watched Frozen 2 yet. Okay, so pretty much everything from, yeah, like I said, anything from like the Renaissance era to now. I pretty much watched it all. I didn't really care for Brother Bear. Really? I thought it was kind of nice. Of course, the part that still makes me laugh is the two. Okay, what's plural? What's the plural for moose? Or I guess it's just, what do you call more than one moose? Because I don't know what do you say for it, but anyway, those two, that two scene, that moment was just like, do any of you guys know where the lights touch the earth? And like, yeah, no, no, we don't. But yeah, Raya and the Last Dragon. That's gonna be an interesting movie to see, well, to watch. Oh, okay. You know what? Also, I will throw in a Goofy movie because I know it would be a crime if I don't watch and review it. I've watched the Goofy movie many a times. Of course, for me, I started out with Extremely Goofy movie because that was the first one that I saw, and on the VHS it showed me the VHS trailer of a Goofy movie. So I'm like, wait a minute, what it? Because yeah, it's great. I watched the sequel before the first movie. I know. Don't judge me, all right? Don't judge. That ain't my fault. But I still like the sequel better than the first one, despite how very, very popular a Goofy movie is. But I will put a Goofy movie on that list. Because if I don't, if I didn't watch it, it would be a crime. I would have people like, "Hey, what about a Goofy movie?" I'm like, "Oops." But yeah, I had a dinosaur on I had dinosaur on VHS. Even had a plush of the Brachio. Oh, nice. I've only seen the extremely good. Oh my gosh, you gotta watch a Goofy movie. You have to. You cannot live and not watch a Goofy movie because if you don't, that movie is straight up a staple in 90s pop culture, and that movie is just it's quotable, it's laughable, it's just all out fun. Those poetry club guys were hilarious. I know. What we call it? I don't know. What's a funny line from extremely goofy movie? All I know is that Bobby was like the comedic relief of both movies. Hey, don't worry, bro. I have a yellow bell. Hey, it's just Bobby is just hilarious. But you know, the one thing that Disney Plus is missing, and I'm seriously surprised with them being around for one whole year, they have not put the show on Disney Plus yet. Well, two shows. Buzz Lightyear, Star Command, because I'm wondering, do people forget that Buzz had his own TV show? Did Disney forget about that? And another classic, Fillmore. Fillmore was awesome. Such an awesome show. And I guess for just for the fun of it, Timo Supremo. Anybody remember Timo Supremo? If it's just me, let me know. Man, Disney Plus. I'm gonna be gone for a little bit. I'm finishing Miles Morales with my. Take your time, man. Look, I'm just gonna be on here for like an hour and a half, so like until 8:30, 8:45 ish. But you know, I'm always on. I'm always on. So whenever you feel like coming back, I'll be here. Yo, watch the bus show down. Right? Are you kidding me, Patty? Like, come on. Like, do people actually did Disney forget that Buzz had his own show? It was straight up awesomeness. Like really, like every time before I was getting every time I was getting ready for school back in the day, and my parents had the TV on while I was getting ready, while you know they were getting me ready. That show was on in the early mornings. I loved that show, and I had the movie on VHS. You know, which is basically like the beginning. I guess you could the pilot movie for the show, and it was great. It was great. I loved it. Why can't Disney put it on Disney Plus? I don't know. Come on, Disney. We're waiting. I'm waiting. A whole lot of Buzz Lightyear fans are waiting, especially me. Come on now, y'all tripping. Ah, like serious. So they have a whole list of stuff that they have not added yet, and it's really crazy. Like it's just mind-boggling. Like the app has only been around for like pretty much a whole year now, and they still have a whole library of stuff to put on there. I mean, I know there's a reason why they haven't put House of Mouse up there yet, but I mean, I enjoyed House of Mouse. Oh, funny thing about House of Mouse. I was going to do a House of Mouse retro throwback, and literally as I was recording this, I'm like, you know what? Let me stop recording this because no one's gonna even want to be interested in watching me talking about a show, pretty much a spin-off show of a cartoon series that pretty much shows cartoons. I'm like, no one's gonna care about that. Like, no one. I mean, sure, people remember House of Mouse, but no one's gonna want me to hear me talk about House of Mouse. I mean, if you want to, then thank you. I appreciate that. But really, no one cares about House of Mouse. Not everyone cares about House of Mouse. But man, uh, sorry if I'm feeling a little drowsy. Cause I made dinner, and of course, I'm starting to feel the itis. You guys know what the itis is when you eat, when you have such a good meal and then your stomach just gets so full that you feel like you're about to fall asleep. That's the itis. Yes, House of Mouse was a spinoff. So, okay, a little history lesson. House of Mouse. Okay, all those cartoons that you see Mickey put on in the show, that's from another Disney show. Pretty much, House of Mouse is a spinoff of a show called The Mickey Mouse Works. All those cartoons that you see on House of Mouse came from the show Mickey Mouse Works. So, yeah. So it would, I guess it kind of, I never knew about that. I just thought they just like, there were cartoons made for House of Mouse, but like, no, it was that House of Mouse was technically a spinoff show. I'm like, interesting. Very interesting. And of course, they had two holiday special movies. Snowden at the House of Mouse, one of my favorite Christmas Disney Christmas specials, and of course House of Villains, which was also a classic. But yeah, that's just a little history lesson for you guys about House of Mouse. But yeah, I feel like that Disney marathon should be a lot easier to go through. Man, 1 week from today, it's Thanksgiving. And then on Sunday, Toy Story turns 25 years. 25 years of Toy Story. And that is my favorite animated movie of all time. So pretty much what I'm going to be doing on Sunday, I'm going to be rewatching all 4 Toy Story movies. Just for the sake of it. Because I never got tired of rewatching Toy Story. Never, ever. The only House of Mouse people care about is Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. That is true. That is true. I mean, trust me, you guys don't want to see me making a retro throwback about Mickey Mouse Clubhouse at all. You guys don't want to hear me making a retro throwback on House of Mouse, would you? That'd be weird. I mean, as much as I loved Mickey Mouse Clubhouse growing up, I mean, you guys want to hear me talk about that. Good water. Toy Story is hella old. I mean, 25 years is not that old. It's really not that old when you think about it. It's just 2 decades and a half. Toy Story is not that old. I'm running out of stuff to talk about. Already, and we're already at the 33-minute mark. Yeah, yeah. The Disney Marathon should be a lot easier, and it's pretty much, it should be easy, smooth sailing. I haven't watched Toy Story 4 because I feel like 3 was the perfect place to end things. Okay. Toy Story 4, if you haven't watched it, if you did or you didn't watch it, I'm going to say this. Toy Story 4 is basically, it's like an epilogue. It's an epilogue story for the Toy Story franchise because, yes, at the end of Toy Story 3, Andy gives his toys to Bonnie. In number 4, spoilers, Patty. If you haven't watched, this is pretty much spoilers. If you do care about it, but it's on you. But yeah, it's pretty much an epilogue tale of the entire franchise. The toys are now in Bonnie's care. Bonnie creates a spork from arts and crafts and named it Forky. She decides to call it Woody decides to make it his purpose that he is Bonnie's toy, even though he's an arts and craft project, not a toy. It's just crazy. It's crazy. But trust me, I could say it wraps everything up very nicely. I know number 3 did that, but number 4 does that even more. Trust me. I found myself tearing up at the end of number 4. All right. So It was a beautiful ending, but I was really, really tearing up at one specific scene. I won't say it because I would like for people, if you haven't seen Toy Story 4, to like see it for yourselves and just enjoy it. And just besides the fact, Toy Story 4 had a lot of, people, famous A-list celebrities up in there. Keanu Reeves, Key and Peele. I'm just like, you got these famous top tier actors in a Toy Story movie? That's crazy. What's up, Neo Dragon Ranger? But yeah, if anything, I still recommend that you check out Toy Story 4. It's a great movie. It's a nice solid ending to all things Toy Story. And of course it won them an Oscar earlier this year. So that's good too. Okay, I guess let me change the tables up a little bit. Did anybody get an Xbox Series X or a PS5? And if they did, how are you guys enjoying it? Because I don't own one. I missed out on a whole generation of gaming, and I may be late to this one because I don't have it. I don't own HD TV, and pretty much I won't get any of that until like I I don't think I'll get a HDTV until I get my own place. But who cares? But I mean, I miss gaming, but again, it's fine. I feel like Keanu Reeves sort of fell off the face of the earth for a while, and now he's making a huge comeback. Yeah, he is. John Wick, uh, that Cyberpunk video game that keeps getting delayed. I don't know if that game's ever gonna get released. And of course, Matrix 4. I still gotta watch number 2 and 3. Hey man, it's 12:30 for me, but at least I want to name. Excuse me. But I at least want to name to represent the Time for Toku podcast. Thank you for being here, Psycho. Nope, finna wait until one of my friends throws a party, then steal it when everyone passes out. Oh my gosh. And Black Friday is next Friday, so ooh-wee. Hope everybody enjoys online shopping. But I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of, if anything, the only system I think I would get for myself right now is a Switch. That's the only thing I'm capable of getting because you don't need to play a Switch on TV. You really don't need the TV to play the Switch on. You can just have it in your hands. And it's crazy how the Switch is what's supposed to be what the Wii U was supposed to be. That came out so wrong. The Switch is what the Wii U was supposed to be. There we go. There we go. That's my word. But yeah, and the Switch is going on. This is like year 3 for the Switch, I believe. If not. But who knows? Hopefully, whenever I save enough, I'm trying to save enough as I can so I can get the Switch. Because I really, really do miss playing video games. So much fun. If I'm not watching anything, I would just straight up be just like playing video games. If 2020 has proven anything, it's that COVID won't stop them. Look, if people need to use common sense, all right, with this thing because it's real. I don't understand how much people need to understand to get it through their thick heads. It's real. The pandemic, it's real. If you haven't seen it, people are out there. People have passed away because of this virus. So the fact that people are just being ignorant about it and just like, oh, it ain't real. It ain't real. I'm gonna go up in the store. I'm not gonna wear a mask. It's like, come on now. Use common sense. Like straight up. What is your first Mario game? That would be Super Mario Sunshine for the GameCube. I didn't own it. My cousin, who had a GameCube, he had it, and that was my first ever Mario game that I played, and it was fun. I never made it that far in the game, but from what I got to play, it was fun. And I think my second one was Super Mario 2. Yeah, Super Mario 2 for the Game Boy. And it was cool. I just wish the one Mario game I never got to experience though was Mario Kart Double Dash. And I know how much fun that people love that game. But I still say then again, the best Mario Kart game I would have to say it's between Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's between those two. Because Mario Kart Wii brought in motorcycles, and that was so much fun. The Switch came out in 2017. I was only able to get one last year for a birthday present. Pokemon Gen 8 came out also. Oh, that's cool. What's up, Bear? Uh, but yeah, because here's the thing though. When it comes to game, I mean, I grew up as the first system I ever owned was the Dreamcast, and then it went from Xbox to I had Nintendo consoles like Nintendo DS. I had the Wii and had the Xbox 360, and that's where I fell off. So with every single, well, then again, I could save up for Xbox Series X because they made pretty much all games backwards compatible, which I found amazing. I appreciate them for doing that. I don't know where you can look for a Switch in America, but a good deal could shop. I mean, you can find a Switch on pretty much on any retailer: Amazon, Target, Walmart, Best Buy, the big name sellers. That's where pretty much you can find a Switch. But the pricing though was crazy because a Switch is $300, and yet on Amazon it costs 400. Why? I'm just like, why? I don't have no thoughts on the PS5 because I don't own one. I don't own one. But here's the thing: you gotta play it smart because with these next gen consoles, if anybody haven't learned, like, because when the Xbox One and the PS4 came out, there was a whole lot of technical issues. So the best thing to do when it comes to next gen consoles, wait it out. Just wait it out. Just of course, there won't be a price drop for like another, I don't know, 2 years maybe. But the best thing to do when it comes to these next gen consoles, wait it out. And then sooner or later you're able to get one for yourself. You want to deal with the whole holiday traffic. Because once the holidays roll around, everybody wants one. Everybody. Sorry to ask, but how are you finding Mega? I mean, I'm only 3 episodes into Mega Ranger, so I don't really have an opinion yet. But I'm just only 3 episodes in, so nothing new to. I don't have any opinions about it. I'm still just, for now, I'm just wanting to enjoy the show. I think there might be a short sale for Christmas and Black Friday. This thing is, yeah, I'm waiting for those little updates they do to the console after release. Yep, see, that's a smart thing to do. Wait it out. That's the best thing to do. Wait it out. Oh, something just popped into my something I just wanted to talk about. I forgot to, cause okay, for me, I got a question for all you guys who, for all my Xbox, or actually straight up any gamer player in general. When you guys play video games, do you guys always aim to get all the achievements slash trophies? Because that's what I tend to do. I like to be a perfectionist and try to 100% the entire game and get everything. But of course, I know Xbox games are some Xbox achievements have very missable achievements, like a lot. But yeah, does anybody like any of you guys here? Any of you guys try to 100% everything and get every single achievement? Because I feel like I know I'm not the only one that does that. But I think the good thing is regarding the Xbox Series X, it I sometimes aim for achievements and trophies. I kind of just play to finish the base game. If I really like it, I'll go to finish the side missions. But on things like Riddler trophies, I skip it. Smart. Smart. If it's an easy 100, then I'll do it. Oh yeah, okay. If the game's like an easy 100% to get all the achievements slash trophies, then yeah, of course. I honestly should have waited longer to buy my Switch because the battery ain't fantastic. In like 6 months after I got mine, they made a new Switch with a better battery. Oh right, you're right. The Switch Lite does have a better battery. But here's the thing, though. Okay, here's the reason why I want to get the Switch. I want to get the Switch because Ultimate Alliance 3, because that's a Switch exclusive. I don't know why, because the company Team Ninja, like they were the only company Nintendo was able to all right, we want you. Yeah. So Ultimate Alliance 3 Switch exclusive. So I want to that's one of the reasons why I want to get the Switch. I also want to get the Switch for the two Kamen Rider games, Kamen Rider Climax Scramble and Memory of Heroes, unless I do decide to get a PS4. But here's the thing now, when it comes with the PS4, I will only get the PS4 for the Spider-Man games and the Avengers game. But then again, I don't know, because I heard people's opinions on the Avengers game, and I know how much that game was very hit slash miss, depending on the person that you ask. But I don't know. I probably just want to. That's the only reason I would buy a PS4, because you guys know I love Spider-Man, and Insomniac Spider-Man games, top tier. Just by looking at the story and actually getting a chance to actually play the PS4 Spider-Man game, I got to play it at a friend's house last year in the summer, and it was just so much fun. Like, I did not want to stop playing the game. Just swing around New York. The combat is just excellent. I'm about to say cinematography, but just the scope of how they designed New York City, it was just incredible. It's so much fun. And of course, I know people like to compare Spider-Man PS4 to the Arkham games, but I'm not the one. I mean, yes, the combat is kind of Arkham based, but again, Spider-Man fights his own way. Batman has a style of fighting. Every superhero has a different style of fighting. All right, Spider-Man's very acrobatic with his fighting skills. Batman, martial art. But yeah, Spider-Man PS4 is just so darn awesome. Miles Morales is also on PS4 too, so you're good. Yeah, it's a good thing that they did release Miles Morales on PS4. And of course, I got to see what the game is like thanks to the K-Wings. Shout out to Luke and Amber, K-Wings Let's Plays. You guys are awesome. And I'm not gonna spoil the story for Miles Morales, but just the game in general. I love the feel of how it represents Harlem as a whole. I love it. It's just incredible. The representation within that game, it's just straight up amazing. And I love that. Awesome. What is your favorite PR/Sentai suit and rider suit? Zio is my favorite suit design of all time. Sentai is Flashman. I love those suits. The Flashman suits look amazing. And for rider, I don't think I have an opinion for. I don't think I have a favorite suit for rider at all. Wait, actually, okay. I'm gonna have to say Ghost. The suit for Ghost looks awesome. K-Wings, I think they played 1 to 3D Power Rangers. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They sure did. They've been following those guys since 2012. They played so much of my favorite games. They played Super Legends. They played the 3DS Power Ranger games. They played that that side-scrolling Power Rangers game that was on the Xbox One and the PS4 that people don't really like. Of course, they played Legacy Wars and Battle for the Grid, but yeah. I'm alright with the new Peter face. I think on some angles his haircut looks similar to how he looks in the comics, but yeah, his face looks like Tom Holland. His face really does look like Tom Holland. It just I don't know why did they have to change his face. It looked fine. It just when you look at it now, you just see Tom Holland and just like the face doesn't work well with the stature of how the face doesn't match well with the stature of the way Peter looks. Because that face looks like the face it belongs if Peter was a teenager. But Peter is pretty much 24 years old in that universe. So the original face that they had was way better. It was perfect. What's the size scrolling X? Oh, it was called Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Mega Battle. That's what it was called. I mean, if you want to play, okay. I played a demo of it at New York Comic Con when I think was it 27. I think it was 2016 when that game. Yeah, it was 2016 when that game came out. And I mean, again, it's a side scroller. It's nice, but the Megazord battles are very rhythm, which I don't like. That's one thing I don't like. And that's all I can say about the game. I haven't really like from what I played of the game, it's eh. That's what I can say. They try and sell babyface Tom Holland as older than Miles, and I don't buy it for a second. Exactly. Like you can't tell me that face is supposed that Peter Parker with that kind of face is supposed to be older than Miles. No way. It don't make no sense. Super Megamon Incorporated. Howdy. But yeah, it don't make no sense how Peter has that kind of face. Just remembered it from what I've seen. The Zord battles. Yeah, the Zord. It's okay. I forgot how the Zord battle was, but I know the Megazord battle was very rhythm esque, and that when the Megazord goes into tank mode, it's like a rail shooter. It's weird. It's really weird. But yeah, another game. Okay, for the Xbox Series X, of course, the games that I would get the Lego games, of course. I'm a big advocate for those Lego games. Those TT games knows how really goes above and beyond with those Lego games. It's like their imagination that they have is just endless. So, because I missed out on Lego DC Supervillains, I missed out on Lego Marvels 2. Um, what else? I would say I missed out on Lego Incredibles, but then again, sometimes playing games with movie audio, like archived movie audio, it kind of takes the fun out of it. I like games with original story because I remember I remember when Lego Marvel Avengers came out. I thought it was gonna be, I thought it was cool to actually play through the Battle of New York and everything, and it was fun. But just hearing the dialogue because you watched those movies already, you already know what lines are gonna be said, and just like, okay, this is gonna get boring real fast. Excuse me. Like right when after I completed the whole game and then I was trying to 100% it and get all the gold bricks and just having to go through the free play, it was just annoying to hear the dialogue again. I'm like, I heard this already like dozens of times because I watched these movies already. Me and my brother loved Lego Indiana Jones when we were kids. Yeah, funny enough, Lego Indiana Jones, when it first came out, that was how I first heard about Indiana Jones. And the only Indiana Jones movie that I watched up to this point was Raiders of the Lost Ark. I've yet to watch the other ones. I mean, a lot of people don't like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but that's fair. But I do want to watch, of course, Temple of Doom and The Last Crusade. Plus, I feel like the recorded audio from the movies sound odd, like it did in the Lego Jurassic game. Oh my gosh! Funny that you bring up the Lego Jurassic game because I still never finished Lego Jurassic World. I still never finished the game because the only reason why I bought that game in the first place because I thought it was so cool that you get to play as the dinosaurs. That's one of the main reasons why I bought that game because you get to play as a T-Rex, a Triceratops, and Indominus Rex. You get to play as all these dinosaurs. I figured why not? That's cool. But then of course just hearing the audio and then of course a few moments like some that they actually did have original voice footage for some of the characters in the game, but it is to each their own. But again, I still with the Lego games they go above and beyond, and I love that. Has the Lego Star? No, it did not. The Lego Star Wars game got moved to next year, and ooh, see, that's the thing when you want to. That's the thing when you want to switch. That's the problem. When you want to switch, you want certain games, but then you realize you have the system. You can get that particular game. Because I'm like, I'd rather play the Lego games on an actual TV screen instead of playing it in my hands. But I don't know. And I know they added so much new detail to the new Lego Star Wars game. And that's funny enough, that's how I got into those Lego games. Lego Star Wars, the first one. Now that your PR watch is done, did you ever feel burnt out during some seasons? And of course I did. Samurai I felt burnt out. Megaforce I felt burnt out. Um Ninja Steel I felt burnt out. I'll be honest, I felt okay, the entire Neo Saban era burned me out because that's like around the time like okay, now I'm getting to like more recent seasons because not these seasons didn't air not too long ago. Because I'm like, just seeing these shows like what last decade. It's crazy. But again, I'm never doing that marathon ever again. Okay, if anything, I'll also tell you guys this. That that week where I got back into re-uploading videos again, where I was uploading the week I uploaded the Lost Galaxy, the Lost Galaxy review. I was currently on Ninja Storm at that time because I was going through the seasons, but again, I was just too lazy. And of course, around that time, this was like early COVID, and it was just like it was mind boggling. It was crazy. So the fact that I had to record and edit those reviews and everything, it was just but I still did it. I did it for y'all. I did this for you. For you. You guys ever seen that SNL skit with where Keenan's dressed up as like that high school gym coach? Like, this person being a fool for you. For you. that's what I felt like. I'm doing this for y'all. I'm doing this for y'all. Alright? For you. I'm kind of excited / hopeful for what they'll do with the future shows of Power Rangers with the recent news. Yeah, I'm keeping an open mind about it because, excuse me, I'm keeping an open mind about it because the franchise is in need for some change because they've been in like such a calamity with the Neo Saban era. It's just crazy. Oh, also, someone asked me what I plan on purchasing for Black Friday. I can tell you this. I'm trying to get me a new laptop. I'm gonna get me a Mac because this computer that I'm working on, I had this computer since 2015. Since 2015. And of course, is at this point, like the battery pretty much died out back in 2017. So I've always had to like have it plugged in. And I never ever like bought like a battery replacement for it. Okay, question for you guys. When your laptops, like when the battery is straight up burnt out, do you guys ever buy a battery replacement, or you guys straight up buy a whole brand spanking new laptop? I just want to I want to see something here. Would you do a retro throwback of Bakugan? I would. I mean, I didn't watch all Bakugan complete in full completion, but oh my gosh. Sorry guys, from what I've watched, I would. Yeah, I think I would consider doing a retro throwback on Bakugan because but here's the thing though, I'm going through like, how can I put this? With my throwbacks, I like to stick within a specific decade. Like I'm pretty sure I'm at the end, like you could say I'm on like late 90s, early 2000s with my retro throwbacks. So that's why. Beast Morpher slap, so hopefully finna stay slapping. Okay, that's one person that said battery replacement. Anybody else? Anybody buy a whole battery replacement, or you guys buy a whole new laptop? Because I know with a Mac has their whole Mac, of course, has iMovie, which is strictly their own editing software. The editing software I use for my videos is called Shotcut. And of course, before I never knew how to edit my own videos. I had some help. My brother was able to help me understand how to use Shotcut and everything. Of course, there's still more things with Shotcut I have yet to use because all you guys see me do with Shotcut is just staple pictures. I never really found a way on how to put actual text within the videos. It's just that's one thing I'm missing out on. I know how to add music. I know how to add pictures in. I just need to know how to add text, like actual like wording or sentences. Like say if I make a mistake on something, a text would pop up like I meant this. Bakugan seasons 1 to 3 are great. Season 4 is trash, and don't touch the new one unless you want the same. I am not okay. I only watched one episode of that Bakugan reboot, and I said, no, this is not it. This ain't it. Like, watch one full episode of that Bakugan reboot. I'm like, nope, this ain't it. This is not Bakugan. This is not my Bakugan. Are you going to do a retro throwback on Naruto? No, because I don't watch Naruto. I am sorry to all my subscribers. If you are Naruto fans, I am sorry. No, Naruto is not on my list of things of animes to watch because I just never found it interesting. It's just, how can I say this with anime? I'm very picky with anime because I didn't get back into watching anime until like 2 years ago. Because like right around the time when Cartoon Network used to have like anime on them, like with Bakugan and everything. But after like that whole era of me in high school, I did not watch a single anime, not one. So it was hard for me to jump in because for me, I always stuck with the ones that were close to my childhood, like DBZ, Pokemon, um, Yu-Gi-Oh, Duel Masters, um, a retro review of Ben. I already did that. I already did a retro throwback of Ben 10 years ago. So it's up. It's up in my channel. Just check in my retro throwback playlist so you guys can find it. I already did a retro throwback of Ben 10. But yeah, it's just with anime. I'm just very picky with animes sometimes, and pretty much the animes I chose to watch as I got. The animes that I got that pretty much got me back into watching anime was My Hero Academia and One Punch Man. I would also say Rurouni Kenshin because a friend of mine was trying to get me into watching Rurouni Kenshin. I did like what I see, but it's just the art. It's just the animation style. It's of its time, so that's why I felt like I couldn't really continue it. I'm very like I said, I'm very picky with my animes. I'm head off now, but I just want to. Is Go On your least favorite Sentai now? Yes. No, not even least favorite. I don't like it. Never watching it again. Never. Never watching Go On again. Never, ever again. That's one Sensei I never plan on going back and watch. Especially since I watched the PR adaptation twice. It's just two different entities. Would you ever do a marathon of Transformers TV shows? Y'all are really trying to make me do marathons of so many things. Are you guys trying to give me a headache? Jeez. Like, come on. I could only watch but so much. Like, do you guys know how much stuff I've watched in this year alone? Like, I'm gonna read you guys this list and let me show you how many things I've watched this year. And you tell me, do you think I should do a Transformers TV marathon? I want y'all to listen closely. Here's the list. Sweet Life on Deck, Jonas, X-Men, X-Men Evolution, Wolverine and the X-Men, Spider-Man the Animated Series, every single Power Ranger season, Kamen Rider Kuga, Kamen Rider O's, Kamen Rider Kabuto, Kamen Rider Den-O, Kamen Rider Kiba, Ninja Sentai Kaku Ranger, Choriki Sentai O Ranger, Mirai Sentai Time Ranger, Engine Sentai Go Ranger, Ultraman Orb, Ultraman G, Voltron Legendary Defender, Avatar The Last Airbender, Mandalorian Season 1, Transformers Prime, Cannon Busters. Just by that list alone, you guys think I should watch a Transformers marathon? You guys actually want me to do a Transformers TV marathon? Just because, again, I can't right now. I Marathons drain the living energy out of me. All right, a Transformers marathon is weak compared to a PR marathon. You say that, you could say that, but again, there's so many different aspects and eras of Transformers, like G1, the Unicron trilogy, Prime, which I just mentioned. Excuse me. Uh, Transformers animated. Like, of course, there's different Transformer shows with different animation styles, but again, I don't think I do. I don't think I have the strength to do a Transformers TV show marathon at all. I say do one for hate. Sis, are you trying to, sis, are you trying to drain me? Do you know how much stuff? Do you know how much stuff is in the Heisei? That's 20 seasons of Kamen Rider. One out of those 20 is 45 episodes. The rest are like 49 to 50. You really think I got the energy to watch all of that? Especially with some of the shows in the early Heisei, in like Heisei Phase 1, the storytelling element is very slow. You think I have the energy for that? No, I don't. I really don't. Then there's Beast Wars. Oh yes, I keep forgetting Beast Wars. Beast Wars is just, I know how classic Beast Wars is, but it's just the animation of Beast Wars is just really pulling me away. Unless you include the TGE Japanese only shows, then Transformers gets up there with PR. Yes, I know which ones you're talking about. I just forgot their names, but I do know what you're talking about. But no, like all the G1 Transformers shows would constitute a marathon of its own when you include the Japan only shows. See, here's the thing with G1, because from the amount of stuff that I watch from G1, I know pretty much the first two seasons and the movie are fire, and then the last two seasons of G1 are trash because Optimus isn't there. Hot Rod is leader of the Autobots. Ultra Magnus is there. Like, I know from what I've been told, I know that the back half, those last two seasons of G1 are straight up trash. So pretty much when I do, interesting, I did try to watch all of G1 many times, many times. And I think the last episode I've always made it up. I think the last episode or the farthest I got up to was not the episode where they created the Dinobots, but I think it was the Dinobots' second appearance in the show. I forgot, but it's a lot. It's really a lot. Whew. And besides, I'm still going through I'm still going through Clone Wars right now. I'm on I'm like on the back half of season 5 of Clone Wars. Pretty much I'm on the what arc is that? The Death Watch arc of season 5. And then I should be done with season 5 by tomorrow. And then season 6 is just 13 episodes. And I can pretty much finish season 6. Yeah, I can finish season 6 within a week. And season 7, I can finish that within 3 days. I think Hot Rod gets a raw deal from the fandom. He's more of an anti-hero than Optimus, and I think that's rubbed people wrong way. See, again, I'm one of those people, when I've watched the 80s Transformers movie for the first time, I'm just like, not Prowl. Hot Rod, what the heck are you doing? Stay out of that fight. Here's the thing: when you're an Autobot soldier, when you see Optimus and Megatron fighting, don't interfere. Just sit there and watch. Just be a spectator. Do not interfere in a fight between Optimus and Megatron. That's his fight. Don't interfere. And then how he just straight up just, oh, it's just so crazy. And the amount of death that's in that movie, like so many Autobots just get eradicated off the face of the earth. I'm just like, Prowl gets destroyed, Ironheart gets destroyed. I'm like, what's going on here? Wheeljack, everybody's getting, it's getting blown to pieces. I'm just like, what's going on here? It's just like, it's pretty much, the movie feels so one-sided, like the Decepticons pretty much win most of the movie. I'm just like, what? That movie was gruesome. They did not hold, yeah, they did not hold back at all. Like, when you ever go? Yes, I've been to Jamaica. I've been to Jamaica twice. Love it. It's a great vacation spot. It's great during the summertime. Can't deny that. Jamaica is just awesome. Great atmosphere. Great people. It's technically, what am I talking? I got family that's from majority of my family is Jamaican. I'm Jamaican by blood, so I'm being biased here by saying that. Can we all agree Hasbro loves Starscream like Bandai loved MMPR? Think of how many figures come out of a single Starscream mold. I mean, I wouldn't know that because I don't own any Starscream figures, but again, it's always, I always find it funny every time Starscream gets like slapped around or just shot at. Any kind of, no, especially when Starscream got killed off in the movie, it was just hilarious. It's like, who dare disturbs my coronation? Coronation Starscream. This is obviously bad comedy. Megatron, is that you? Yes, I get. No, no, wait, he didn't say that. Here's a hint. Blast, gone. I'm just like, wow. Oh. And on top of that, I'm also watching the '90s Incredible Hulk series. And to be honest, the way how Disney does the Hulk and how the way I forgot the traditional way how of Hulk really is, of how Bruce Banner is just um how much Bruce Banner just tries so much to get rid of his Hulk side is like, I totally forgot about how awesome that, how much of that is a staple in the Hulk story is that they don't do it anymore because MCU, they pretty much make Hulk and Bruce pretty much one body of one mind. Just like, why not just make it just Hulk is now Professor Hulk in the MCU? I'm just like, okay, so Hulk got nerfed. You can make 9 figures out of Starscream, Skywarp, Thunder. Yeah, pretty much all the Seekers are pretty much, all the Seekers and Transformers look alike, just different color schemes, but they all look alike. Oh, got to mention something. So I actually do have some news for you guys. Some things I want to bring back, or I guess a channel update. I'm not gonna be doing live comic book reads anymore. I'm not gonna do them anymore. I mean, I know if there's like a fair share number of you guys that actually liked or even loved those comic book reads, those live ones, I appreciate it. But I just feel like doing them, especially just reading like a whole, some of them I could read a whole book live in front of you guys. Some I can't, because of course that's a lot of talking and that's a lot of reading, and of course it does a number on the throat. But yeah, I just feel like I don't think I want, as much as I did like doing them, I don't think they're pretty much significant to the channel anymore. But if you guys did like them, I do appreciate it. I do have them all in a playlist. They're not going anywhere. I'm keeping those things up for you guys to watch. If you ever need something to just like listen to, you could check those out. But yeah, I'm not doing comic book reads anymore. But as far as comics go on this channel, I'm thinking of incorporating a new segment called comic book retrospective, where I pretty much it's basically like comic book reviews. I pretty much break down the story arc. Instead, I don't. Of course, I'm not reading it to you guys, but I don't want to. I break down the story. I don't give full spoilers on that story because, say, if someone's interested in that particular comic book story arc that I'm reviewing, excuse me, I would like that person to actually pick up that story arc and actually read it for themselves and see what happens. Because if I'm spoiling and telling you everything that happens in the story, it's making you feel like, you know what? I don't want to read this. So yeah. Basically, I'm just thinking about just doing comic book retrospectives. I kind of give you information on the specific story. I tell you who the artists are. I tell you who wrote the story because I don't really talk about how much. I don't really go in depth on how important a writer and an artist is to a comic book. It's crazy and it's just fascinating how much they are integral to just to making the book. So I'm considering on bringing that here. Of course, some moments I feel like I'm gonna have to reread the story. Of course, I do have a fair share of videos here on the channel where I did review some comic books, where I also did reveal like the entire story. Like I spoiled some, like I pretty much review the entire story. I tell you everything that happens, but I'm not gonna be spoiling the story anymore. So yeah, but I do have a fair share of comic book reviews you guys can check out. They're in my reviews playlist, so you guys can check them out there. But I have a huge wide range collection of comic books to even talk about with you guys, or just even like talk and give a retrospect. Because, for instance, I own all of Ultimate Spider-Man. I have the entire Ultimate Spider-Man series on digital, as well as the Miles Morales run. Sorry again. I am so. Excuse me, guys. I just need to take a sip. So yeah, the whole Brian Michael Bendis Ultimate Spider-Man run, I own all of that on digital. So, and I did read all of it last year. It was a great read, really great read. And I'm currently reading the Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man run. Before Miles gets transported to the mainstream universe. So, if any of you guys are interested in just wow, that's my train of thought. If any of you guys are interested in just the comic book retrospective thing, let me know. What is your thoughts on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I love them. I just started reading Ninja Turtle comics earlier this year, and I find them awesome. Wait, not this year, since last year, and I find the Ninja Turtle comics by IDW. Those are incredible. If you ever want to dive deeper into Ninja Turtles outside of the TV shows, check out the comic books because those TMNT books, they're awesome. They're such great stories. And now that I'm realizing that the 2012 show, it's like a mixture of the 80s cartoon and the 2000s cartoon, which is awesome. Have you read any Godzilla? See, I didn't even know Godzilla had comics. I know Godzilla is a Japanese creation, but of course I'm thinking, you know, Godzilla has I'm pretty sure there's manga about Godzilla, but no, I never read any Godzilla comics because I didn't even know if there was Godzilla comics. But I don't think I'll find any enjoyment in reading Godzilla. I rather watch Godzilla in action because just seeing Godzilla on the screen is just incredible. And I'll be honest, I did used to be scared of Godzilla for a little bit, but I just find since Godzilla is part of the tokusatsu genre, I just figured, Godzilla is technically toku, so it's awesome, and it is awesome. Been going for an hour and 26 minutes. Whew. Talking a lot. Planning on watching King Kong versus Godzilla in 20. Yes. I gotta watch Kong Skull Island and Godzilla King of Monsters quick before that movie comes out. I've been slipping. Like, I think I remember Kong Skull Island was on, I think it was on HBO on demand. I was able to watch it, but now, and so was Godzilla King of Monsters. So I really gotta find time to just like sit down and just watch those two movies. What is your favorite Toku series? Sentai, Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I could say Godzilla, but I haven't watched as much Godzilla as everyone else has. To anyone who's like a Godzilla fan, because I've only watched, you know, the '98 Godzilla movie, the 2014 Godzilla movie, which was good. My only problem with that movie is just that the monsters got more screen time than Godzilla did. That was my problem. I was like, what? Like the monsters in that movie got more screen time than the title character, which was pretty crazy. But yeah, those are the only Toku series that I like. I guess we can keep going for I guess you get another 15 minutes. Appreciate you guys for being here. Mm, now I just realized something that some of the Disney movies that I've um that I've watched and reviewed for this channel, I think I'm gonna have to do like a I think I'm gonna have to do like a more in-depth review with those movies. I think the only Disney movies that I've reviewed on this channel. Let me see. Reviews. Oops. I know I reviewed Frozen. I reviewed Inside Out. I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. Any tips for my double? Any tips I can give you? Okay. All right. Here's a tip for just reviewing shows in general. Give your okay. Here's the thing. Start off with the theme song. State your opinion about it. What you like about the theme song. If you like or dislike the theme song, then go and talk about your opinions on the story. Give your opinions on the story, and then with characters, go from talk about. Let's see. If anything, okay, I would say just to start out, have a have a pros and cons, like a positives and negatives about Kamen Rider Double, like the story and the characters. Have a positive section on what you liked about the characters, and have a negative portion of what you didn't like about the characters. That's the best advice I can give. Live action Disney remakes. So I mean, some of them do. So anybody have any other? I'm too quiet. Here's the thing. I just got one thing to say. Not one. Something I want to say. I wish I could make these. I wish I could make these casual streams more lively if I had music playing, but I can't because copyright. I can't have any music playing in the background because my stream will get copywritten. So it's hard to just like sit here in silence. Well, not even silent. Well, yeah, sit here in silence and talk to you guys, and then it's just blank sound, nothing. I want to watch Godzilla and Kong in theaters, but I may just wait till it comes out on DVD because COVID is still going. Yeah, COVID's still going to be a thing going into next year, but who knows? Hopefully, I mean, they still haven't put a release date yet for the film. And the crazy thing is, I didn't watch any superhero movies at all this year. Like none. I didn't watch Birds of Prey. Yeah, I didn't watch Birds of Prey, even though it's on HBO on demand. But I don't know. It was on my list to see, but it's just I'm not interested in just a Harley Quinn centered Birds of Prey. Look, when it comes to the Birds of Prey, here are my Birds of Prey: Huntress, Black Canary, and Oracle. That's it. It's just I don't know what's stopping me from watching this particular Birds of Prey movie. I don't know what it is. And of course, I still haven't watched it yet. If you can say the only superhero movies I have been watching were the DC animated movies that came out this year, which were really good. They were really, really good. But yeah, I didn't watch no MCU movies this year because of course theaters were closed, and plus since I have Disney Plus, I didn't watch no MCU movies on Disney Plus either. I just felt like I needed a MCU break. I needed a break. I just as cool as that franchise is, I need a break from it. And pretty much I'm happy I didn't watch any MCU movies this year. I'm happy about it. Well-deserved break for myself. Wait, hold up. What is your favorite MCU movie? That is too hard to describe. I'll give you my favorites. Avengers, Winter Soldier, Infinity War, Endgame, Guardians 1, Black Panther, of course, and I don't know. I've seen Homecoming more. I've rewatched Homecoming more than I've watched Far From Home. Because some people I know they say they love Homecoming. Then you got other people that saying like, "Yo, Far From Home can't drift away with the whole Peter and Tony dynamic." I don't even want to get into that argument. I really don't. Just got recommended a Gokaiger Go-Go 5 Henshin, and I'm reminded that Super Mega Force had just that one Lightspeed morph. Please don't remind me of that. Please don't. How did you first react to the Magna Defender's backstory? I thought it was okay. How did I first react to it? Back then, I didn't really have. I didn't know how deep and sad it was until I got older. That's basically it. I've been listening to Gundam's official soundtrack a lot lately, despite never watching a single Gundam show. Okay, the only Gundam show that I actually watched was Superior Defender Gundam Force, which is pretty much like they're like was like a mini they're like mini versions of a Gundam suit. And a lot of people said that show was pretty whack. I mean, as a kid looking I thought it was cool because the animation made it look like I thought it was like an anime video game, and I thought it was cool. But watching it now, yeah, I can see why people don't like it. It's understandable. But like I listened to the original OG Gundam theme, and it's pretty catchy to listen to. And I always keep watching that promo, the Toonami promo of Mobile Suit Gundam Wing, and I know and Gundam Wing is one of the most popular Gundam shows. But yeah, the OG Saban era, they killed off a child twice. Child. Only child I know is Zika. Like what other child got killed off in the Neil Saban era? I mean Neil Saban era, OG Saban era. Trying to think. Animus child. That don't count. That does not count. That does not count. Blackman, would you ever think about eating the one chip challenge? Look, no, look, guys. I am not one of those YouTubers that does those eating challenges just for videos and everything. No, I'm not doing those videos ever, and you will never catch me doing those videos ever. Those videos are just, dare I say it, it's just my opinion. Those videos are for clout. Those videos are just to no. You won't catch me doing something like that at all. Never. Ever. Okay, we got like about 5 more minutes left, and then we'll, we'll end it there. So I guess we can hit it with rapid fire questions. So y'all got 5 minutes left. So you got questions, spit them out as quickly as possible. And eat a family-sized pack of chips by yourself challenge. No, 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 Absolutely not. Row style rapid fire questions. Okay, rapid fire. Have you ever played sports? Yes, I have. I've ran track and I did swimming and I played basketball. That was it. Hold up. Your favorite Sentai and Rider season? Favorite Rider season, Kamen Rider O's, and favorite Sentai season, Gokaiger. Okay, when it came to basketball, I didn't like play it for like I wasn't like part of a team. I was just it was just like a um okay, if you guys have like a YMCA wherever you guys live, that's where I pretty much played basketball. It was a basketball program. That's where I played basketball at. That was it. I didn't have like a position or anything. It was just a little basketball practice. Are you going to do a retro throwback of Code Lyoko? Yes, when I get to it, and I mean, since Code Lyoko's on Netflix, I can actually get the chance to watch all of it because I did see like if it was on, I would watch it, but I never watched it from beginning all the way to the end. But I know it's a great show, and that theme song is awesome. Code Lyoko is now free on YouTube. I mean, I got Netflix, so I'm good. You have to watch Love and Monsters. It's a new movie, and I think it's on them. I'm not really like I'm not really into watching Netflix original stuff. To be honest, if they put like stuff that doesn't really come on anymore, then of course I'm gonna watch it. Like I'm currently watching One on One. It's a black sitcom classic, and I'm glad they put that show on Netflix because that show is hilarious. Any more questions y'all want to ask? Coming up on the 1 minute on the 1 more minute mark. And I think I may do another one of these next week. Of course, I'll have a retro throwback up. But yeah, I will be. I think I'll do another retro, not retro throwback. A casual stream next week. You ever watch Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends? Yes, I have. Have you read the new Ultraman comics by Marvel? I'm gonna wait until they release it in trade paperback form, but I've been hearing great things about it, so I do plan to give it a read. All right, so you're at the 1 hour and 45 minute mark. I remember when I used to do these things for like 2 hours straight. Sometimes I think I did like over 2 hours. I don't know what I was thinking, but I got I got my limits. But anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. It's all the viewers that came on here. Thank you guys so much for being here and just taking the time and just chillaxing and just chatting it up. And I guess I'll do another casual stream next week. Oh wait, no, I can't do it next week. Next week is Thanksgiving. Everyone's gonna be eating with their families. I can't be doing that. That's rude. So okay. So I'll make a casual another. All right, a casual stream will be up the following week. There we go. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to be notified to whenever a new video goes up or whenever I go live. And as always, I'm Vengeance, I'm Darkness, I am Blackwing. Stay golden, Blackwing out.